Hey, what is up, everybody? GM. What up, chat? Welcome back to another Sandbox stream with Crafter. What up, chat? What up, Hedong? DJ friend? Sandbox question mark? What questions you got, DJ friend? Sparky Snickle in the house. Thanks for being here, y'all. We are going to be doing another Sandbox study hall, and this is where I go ahead and do some basic game making on stream for a couple hours, 2 hours, and then along the way, if you guys have questions about the game maker, you can ask me about them. And if you don't have questions about the game maker, but you still want to follow along with this game development and give your input, continue to tune in as well, because having the chat kind of give input on how this game is created has been a super fun journey so far, and will continue to be. So audience participation greatly encouraged. And like I said, let me know if you do have any questions about Game Maker along the way, and we will stop and take care of those. I'm dropping things all over the place. But before we get too far into this, let me send it over to Panda for your weekly news. And then we'll be right back to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the news of the week. I am Panda Pops, and I'm going to bring in you all of the fun, interesting news, as well as our mentions of the week. So, let's get into the news. So, first up for our news, we have the Love and Music Festival. So many amazing experiences that you guys can play here, as well as some juicy rewards. We've got 80k sand for landowners, shared between all landowners that get to 200 EP. 50k sand for avatar owners. 30k sand open to absolutely everyone, so if you have not invested in the sandbox, it is possible to earn some sand rewards. So there you go, play the games, earn some sand. Next up, we have 5 catalysts for landowners, so this is only for landowners. Then we have some NFTs. Now, I personally love it when we have some NFTs given out during these. So we have the Love Mic NFT. Then we have the Stage NFT, only for landowners in Infinite Pulse. You will receive 1 copy of this NFT if you complete all the quests and if you own a land in the Infinite Pulse neighborhood. So you can click right here to see where the Infinite Pulse neighborhood is. So if you zoom out, it shows you. So it is within this area. Oh, I own a land there. Hello, me. I'm eligible. Ha ha. Anyway, carrying on with the news and being very professional. So we have...
Hold up, crew. I'm pretty sure this is a little too old. This is definitely not this week's current update, and I do believe I can't get Discord to open up. Well, we'll do. I'm recalling a message I saw come through now after the fact that Panda didn't have time to create her news video this week, so we are just gonna go through some of the current events that are popping up in the events tab. So if you ever do want to know what's going on inside of the sandbox, the best and easiest way to find that out is to go to sandbox.game, and then on the left hand side here, just go down to the events tab, and then that's going to bring you here, and then you can just scroll through and see everything that is going on. There's going to be events, game jams, builders challenges, all kinds of fun stuff will be listed here. Into the Unknown game jam. There's an entanglement treasure hunt with 1 million sand on the line. Ends on the 24th of April. Love and Music Festival. She just kind of went over that, and that is still going on with a bunch of different sand prize pools. Space Invaders. There's a 10k sand and 5,000 sand prize pool. If you click into that, you'll kind of see how those are distributed, and an a million sand builders challenge going on right now, which is where games are being published to the map, and then based on traffic and amount of games published, there's payouts to the game developers for developing fun games that people want to come and play. So all that going on and more, but this is a great place to go if you are curious and want to look around. You can also go to the events map, and that is going to bring up this page, a nice easy way to customize your avatar and also show you all of the different lands inside of these different events. So super easy. This is what I would recommend. What up, Huddle? Dancing into the chat. Subscribed for 6 months. Let's go. Yeah. So that could be enough of the news. You can go check out, like I said, check out the events page if you want to learn more about what's going on inside of the Sandbox. If you have any questions, obviously ask them now in the chat and I can answer them, or drop them in the comments if you're catching a replay, and we will try to address those on future shows or answer them right there in the comments. But now we're going to get into the old Sandbox Study Hall stream with me. And I got Game Maker booted up here. So let's dive on in. I am actually going to start in our basics. So for those of you that don't know, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays for the Sandbox on the official Sandbox Twitch, where you're watching right now. And I'm doing 2 different streams. The Tuesday stream at this same time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 1 a.m. UTC. We do the basic stream where we just kind of go through different basic and sometimes not so basic logic and other stuff that you can do inside of the Game Maker, and kind of break that down and learn it together. And it's been a really fun experience, and I hope you continue to tune in and learn with me, and also get more people in here that are interested in learning about how to use the Game Maker. And then on Thursdays, which is right now, we do our Sandbox Study Hall, which is basically I want it to be a space where we've got 2 hours. You can come and ask questions about the Game Maker if you have any, and we will kind of take a sidestep to help try and answer those questions. And if there aren't answers or there aren't questions coming in, we'll continue to build out this basic RPG single player game that we're working on. And that's what we do on Thursdays. So that's today. And today means if you guys have any questions about the Game Maker, please drop them in the chat and we can take a little tangent to try and address and answer that, or at least I'll put it on a list for us to circle back to. And yeah, and right now, I actually want to continue to kind of chip away at our point of interest quests that we were learning how to do, and maybe move on to one step further and try and figure out a new way, which Fred kind of recommended at the end of the stream on Tuesday, which is what we were trying to figure out, is how to do points of interest. And that's what we're going to do. What up, Andy and Andy's crew? Thank you for raiding on over. How we doing, fam? How was your stream? Hope it was good. What were you streaming? I don't know when you guys came in. Hopefully you came in and caught most of that little recap of what we're doing here and what we're doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's dive on in, though. Yo, Yuma. Thanks for being here, homie. Andy, yo, man, not much. Just sorting out the Boop Goop token airdrop for this month, then played some Rocket League. Nice. Nice. Rocket League. I remember when I was trying to play that with y'all. It was fun. I just sucked. Let's jack this level up. Let's jack this level up. Yeah, let's level up here. So basically, diving on in. Thank you guys for being here, and thanks for the raid, Andy. We are gonna continue down this attempt at figuring out how to do point of interest quests, and the thing that I'm trying to figure out, we want it to be a point of interest quest that basically triggers whenever somebody enters an area, but still counts. So we know the basic way to do that, which is to place an asset on the map that the player would be collecting. You can even make it invisible, but then have them have to run to a certain area, and that kind of triggers it. That's the super simple way to do it. And then last stream on Tuesday, Lieutenant General, I want to say was the name, was helping us. What up, Touche? Dancing mushies in the chat. Speaking of mushies, I'll show you. I'll jump in and I'll also show you what we are working on. So basically, what we were setting up is with the assistance of Lieutenant General and Freddenford and Shakespeare, we set up. You can see the number variable in the bottom there, counting up. We just set this up so that we could test it. But if we run to these different areas, then that completes the quest. And it's all done by just entering a certain area. The light here was just to tell us we were troubleshooting. So we had this light here to troubleshoot. But yeah, nice fun guy. Woo! I love dancing with the fun guys. What up, Bert? Doing good. How you doing, homie? But yeah, so that's what we got set up. So we did finally figure out how to, I think what we were overlooking or did not realize is that, rules do not speak to quests. So we had to route the rule sending, or we had to route the rule sending a message to a logic asset that then sent the message to complete the quest. So fun guys use the force. Fun guys are the force. So yeah, that's kind of what we ended up setting up. So this is the quest of go find something interesting and point at it. So we're just figuring out point of interest quests. The one that I want, or the route I want to go down now though is, so we have that point of interest quest. I want to also come up with, so that's a complete thing. We're going to leave that there, but we're also going to go over here and do another little point of interest quest on some empty land here. And this seems like a good spot. Bert, subscribe for 4 months, 3-month streak. Let's go. Training and learning with Crafter. Welcome to your weekly lessons. What up, Play Games? BRB. Be here when you be back. So what we're gonna do here, we're probably gonna need that. I'm just clicking around at this point. We're gonna start a new quest, and that quest is also going to be set up the same way. So if you didn't catch last stream, you're actually going to kind of see this is a different way that I have an idea of how to do. We'll have to troubleshoot along the way, I'm sure. But so we're going to do another interesting points quest, and this one is going to start after that one. So um, interesting, more interesting points. Oh, too long. More interesting. Let's go with that. More interesting. Don't need to complicate it. And then find more interesting points. And then it's going to unlock when we get a message. So what we're actually going to have to go back and do is when interesting points finishes, it's going to send message, and it's going to send message start dot what's this quest? More interesting. No, POI 2. Start POI 2 quest. Boom. And then more interesting. No, god dang it. I was editing the wrong one. This is where we wanted that. This is gonna be none. All right. So see, sorry if I'm confusing you. So we're in the interesting points, which is the original quest that we had, and we want to change after completion to send that message that we just typed. So send message, and then start POI 2 quest. And then to unlock the quest, we're going to require the message, and that message is going to be, you guessed it, start POI 2 quest. And then launch quest is going to be auto. It's just going to go. And then it is going to be a counter. This is what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out how to make it be a counter. And so it's not going to be a counter. Instead of a counter, that was like the basic way to do it. We're actually going to be doing asset death. And the asset death is what's going to trigger the counting. So asset to watch. Let's make it, what asset should we use? We're gonna use, we'll have to put something on the map first, to be honest. So let's just click on something for now. We'll use the dragon for now, but that's not going to be what it is. And quest completion, auto completion. Wait a minute. I thought that we were going to do asset death. How are we going to count though? This was Fred's recommendation, I thought, but maybe I misinterpreted it. I thought that this was how it was going to work, and now I'm already thinking maybe we've ran into a stopping or a fork in the road. So whenever we do quest type asset death, the idea was the asset was going to die and send a message. Because we want the quest type to be collect or counter, because we want to be counting, because we want to basically like count up. So every time we find one of the points of interest, it gets marked off. Yuma, that's an interesting point. Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction. I should watch Pulp Fiction again. It's been a minute. I finished the last delivery. We'll have interesting audio on way back. Yes, you will play games. Thanks for tuning in while you are driving back from your deliveries. I got 99 problems, and figuring out this game maker is one. So we got to do the counter quest. Oh, this is where bingo, bingo. This is where we want deaths. I figured it out. So the counter type is going to be deaths, and the quest item is going to have a tag, or the thing that's being counted is going to have a tag, and the tag is going to be POI2. So if something dies with the tag POI2, it's going to count it, and we're going to have, let's just do 3 again. 3 different spots. Once that gets done, then it'll autocomplete and it'll just do nothing for right now. Perfect. All right, so we got that set up. Now let's figure out how to make things dead. That's step number 2. The things that need to be turned to dead are gonna need, okay. So first, let's decide where our points of interest are. We're gonna say point of interest 1 is gonna be here inside the mini place, and then a point of interest number 2 will be inside of there, and then point of interest 3 is going to be over by this cactus. All right, there's our 3 points of interest, and actually let's rewind. That's where the that's where they're going to be, but let's actually just figure it out for one, and then we will figure it out for the other ones. So let's just bring this bad boy back over here. Let's figure this one out first. So how we want to set this up is we want to, the quest is going to trigger, and then we're going to need to make things die when things enter into a certain area. And the things that are going to die are going to be numpads. Do we not have a oh, we're not in the right place. Numpad. Boom. That's what's gonna die. All right. So whenever somebody comes into this area, we want it to trigger to make this thing dead. And this thing is going to have a tag of POI2. So now we're also gonna, well, we can turn it invisible in a sec. We're gonna take this, and it's gonna be a component, and it'll be a speaker. Edit logic. That's too big, but so we're using the speaker to detect a entity, an avatar that comes into this area, and we're going to shrink this detection range down to, let's try 2. 2 seems good. And then everything else, we're going to get rid of the text to display. We don't need the text to display. We are going to do, that doesn't matter. The display duration, always on top, doesn't matter. Look at target. We can turn false just so that it's not working harder than it needs to. Just get rid of that too. Speak condition, detect entity, detection type, every avatar in range. The sphere is what we're using at 2, and the message to send is going to be kill POI2 kill dot POI2 bad. Add. Pad dot POI2. That's what we're gonna do. Kill pad POI2. And then zooming on in here. We're gonna go to here. We can actually turn that to none. It does not need a behavior. Or wait. Is this where the behavior is? Is it a plant that you kill? Yep. Message. Yep. So you're using a plant and you're going to send the message, a message to destroy the plant. And the message to destroy the plant is going to be, you guessed it, kill pad POI2. Boom. Now, whenever someone enters there, it should kill and count for one of the quests. Trying to think if we're missing anything. Is everyone following? Blue tulip. What is this quest type? If it's not counter and you need message to complete quest. This, I don't know when your message came in, Blue Tulip, but what I'm doing is I'm setting up a point of interest quest where you enter a certain area and that triggers the counter to go up each time. So there's going to be 3 areas. Every time you enter, the counter is going to go up 1 notch for that quest. And then once you enter all 3 areas, it completes it. So a point of interest quest with that. I'm about to kill some plants right now, if you know what I mean. You know I do. Have fun killing those plants. I'll be killing some plants after this episode. Cheers. So I think that that's gonna work. And then, because this has the tag POI2. Yep, it sure does. POI2 tag, and it's gonna die. It should work. We're gonna have to test both of them though. I'm just realizing I should have saved that, but I think we'll be all right. So we're gonna have to go complete this one. Go find something interesting and point at it. This is our one way to do it. We completed that. Now that should trigger find more interesting points. And there's 3. There's only going to be 1, but there's 3. Nice. We can even find where we need to be. Boom. So it counts up 1. Hell yeah. We figured it out. Booyah. So now we're going to turn this bad boy to be invisible. And then we're going to copy it. Oh, we need both of these guys selected though. Come on. Why is it not? All right, there we go. So it wasn't letting me drag and drop, but if you hold shift and click on other things, you can put them into a group. Control D. Now we have 3 of these points of interest. Question that I have no idea about, but would be nice to be able to do. Can you group things so like these 2 would always be stuck together? How is that what presets are? Like I want it to be so that anytime I click on either one of these, it selects both of them and then you can move them around. I feel like that would be handy if you could do that. I don't know how to do that, but it seems like it would definitely be possible. Parent and child. How do you do that? Is that in this window? Something with this maybe? No. Concrete floor tiles better for logic than numpads. Kind of ironic as I think about it. That is ironic. I was um I was told by Cyber Dragon that he still believes numpads are totally fine for logic. Um so I respect his opinion. Um but yeah, I have also seen concrete floor tiles be used. I don't know. I don't get what the difference is. Aren't they the same fucking thing basically? Um In objectives, if you have quests that requires message to finish, then it's also required to fill this quest type field. In objectives, if you have quests that requires message to finish, then it's also required to fill this field. I don't know. I'm trying to understand what you're saying, Blue Tulip, and it's not clicking for me. So we want the numpad to be the numpad is gonna be baby. Drag the child. Okay. So now if I click on this, it moves both of them. Let's fucking go. GG's, Lori. Thanks for the tip. If you didn't know, thanks to Lori for teaching us that you can drag the child components into the parent to create a child parent relationship, and then does stuff like this where I can just click on one of them and it'll move all of them together at the same time. Thanks for that. Numpads, universal language for sandbox game deving. All right. So we got that. Let's go ahead and actually delete these then and redo them like this. Now, super easy. Now we can just go place these wherever we want them. And then we're going to put one in here, go up top. Right about there. And let's look at it here for a second. Show us your radius. Yes, that'll be perfect. Then we'll put another one right over here. Same thing. We're going to change this to 0.5 just because I got OCD. And we're going to edit logic again. Boom. We can see that is coming right to the doorway. So perfect. That'll count whenever somebody walks into that one. And then the other one, just going to end up at the top of this. And down, down. Something like that. Good enough. And let's see what happens. Control S before we get too far. Now you can unparent by clicking in the hierarchy, which is amazing. So if you wanted to unclick or unparent, what would you do? Drag it out. I think. Drag it out. Boom. Yep. You couldn't do that before or what? Oh no. Now it's going to be parented to the wrong thing. There we go. I think that's good now. Oh, right click. Rename, save to preset, replace with preset. Click doesn't seem to work. I think I messed something up, but whatever. I think it should still be fine for what we're doing. And bingo, bango, get out of here. Hierarchy. Let's test it. So first quest, step into the world, complete that by moving. Second quest, go find something interesting and point at it. We're going to point at these guys. We're going to point at this interesting window to nothing. And oh, look at this red thing. Boom. Complete that quest. Danny and his friends are lost. Go find them. We could also do that quest while we're doing this. Find more interesting points. It's also started. Whoa. That triggered for all three. Why did that happen? This triggered all three. Speaker, detect entity, kill pad. Ooh. POI 2. Kill pad. It needs to be kill. What does it need to be? So that's the problem there, is that's killing everything. Maybe it needs to be in a certain radius. Rockets type all. Specific tag in range. Maybe we'll give it a specific tag, and we'll also make this small as well. So it's gonna only broadcast. So okay, so I think we found a fix for this. We are gonna add a tag to the numpad, and the numpad is, what's the specific? The specific tag is gonna be for this one. It's gonna be POI to pad. God damn it. Pad.poi 2.1. I think that makes sense in my head. So that's what this one's going to be. Pad.poi2.1. Can you do tags with dots in it? I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I think we're going to make the tag. We'll see. Does that allow it? Seems like it. So now we need to go in here and give pad, this guy, a tag. Pad.poi 2.1. Is that what we did? Pad dot, show me the logic. Pad.poi 2.1. Yep. So now we're going to do that same thing for the other two, but this will be 3 just to keep things in order. We're going to do specific tags in range, shrink it down, add pad.poi 2. This is going to be the third one, 3, and give this guy that tag, pad.poi 2.3. And so do we understand what's going on here, chat? Are you following along? Or do I need to explain it more? We're giving tags to these numpads and only broadcasting the kill message to certain tags for each one. But we're still going to be killing this asset, which has the POI tag, which will make it count for it, but it'll only kill one at a time. So edit logic of the speaker. The broadcast type, we're changing to specific tags in range. We're going to shrink this down to small. That's fine. And then we're going to add a broadcast tag, which is going to be add.poi 2.2. And then this is going to get that tag. Add.poi 2.2. Now our quest should work, hypothetically. Let's save it. Let's catch up in the chat. Blue Tulip on objectives page. Gotcha. I'm going to answer your question, or at least try. On objectives page and on quest settings, 3 quest type. 1, 2. The third quest. This is the third quest. Interesting points. What is meaning of this setting? On objectives page and on quest setting 3 quest type. Okay, I'm following. I was reading too deep into it. So inside of any quest, the quest type, this determines what type of quest it is. So you can have any of these various ones. So you can have a counter quest type, which is counting either deaths or deaths with a certain tag, or assets collected with a certain tag. So that's what how the counter functions. That's like how, so if say you need to collect 20, when they do quests that are 20 voxelite, collect 20 voxelite. Each voxelite has a certain tag on it, and whenever you catch or find or come across one, that adds another one to the bar of that quest until it's completed. So that's how counter ones work. And then asset death, the quest will be completed once an asset dies. So kill the bad guy. Once the bad guy dies, that quest gets completed. Timer is whenever there's a timer involved. And then wait for message. The quest doesn't get completed until the whatever message you decide gets sent, and that's what this one's set up on for. So this quest, interesting points, is the first one we set up, and this one waits for a message, and the message that it's waiting for is complete POI 1. So I'll kind of walk you through that here. So to do this one, a message gets sent after all 3 of these points of interest. These are our 3 points of interest. This area by the squirrel, and this area by the little arch there. Whenever you enter each of these 3 areas, there's some rules. There's some rules and stuff going on in the background that are changing variable numbers. And once it gets to equal 3, then it sends out this message, complete POI. But rules can't communicate with quests, so this complete POI message, once all of the rules get completed, gets sent to this speaker, and then this speaker, once it receives complete POI, it sends out the message complete POI 1. So that's how the entire quest is completed. So then this logic asset can communicate with the objectives, and it receives that complete POI 1 message, which is, if we go here, complete POI 1 is the message to receive for this quest type. So then the message or the quest begins to wrap up and show that it's been completed. And it can either be an auto completion, or you could maybe make it need another message or wait for input. But that's the gist of it. Does that make sense? Keep fighting. I'm rooting for Sandbox to come back again. Thanks, Sowie. I think it's definitely coming. There's definitely way more fun games being built inside of the Sandbox now, and things are starting to progress. So definitely keep your eyes here and ears peeled, because they're definitely we're definitely coming back. There should be some more gamers taking note and playing some of these fun games in here, and that's one thing I'm trying to help spread the word about. Sandbox is just coiling up like a rattlesnake. Exactly. About to pounce. Soon the Sandbox neurotoxin will be coursing through everyone's bloodstream. To me, though, Sandbox hype is more like a subtle, consistent hype, like ASMR hype. I like it. I like it. Nuclear reaction. Thanks. Makes sense. There we go. I'm glad that makes sense now, Blue Tulip. I'm glad. I'm glad it started to click with me what you were asking. So, perfect. Glad we cleared that up. Now, I'm gonna tab on in, and we're gonna complete both quests. So, the first quest, the very first quest is it starts by walking out of that bubble. So, boom, we've already completed that quest. And then find the squirrels triggers in. We can collect the squirrel while we run by, but there's one variable. You can see in the bottom it's counting as we enter these areas. 3. Boom. So that point of interest quest is completed. And now the more interesting point of interest quest begins. And to do that one, we have to run in here, and this should count 1. And now it's not counting any. Wonder why that's not working. Troubleshoot, troubleshoot, troubleshoot. Is this one gonna work? Dude, that one worked. Maybe we have a typo. And that one only counted for 1, so it didn't kill this one. That one worked too. We're so close. So we only have one that's broken. We should be able to figure that out. No problemo. I honestly don't know where the other squirrel is. But let's figure this out. So why is this guy not working all of a sudden? This got good range. For sure in the range. Yeah, definitely. And I need to move this here. There we go. Now I don't have to look around it. Hopefully the audio is still good. Let's make sure that we're sending pad.p, or not we're sending, we're checking, or we're broadcasting to anything that has a tag of pad.poi2.1. So we got to make sure that this bad boy has that right tag on it. Pad.poi, motherfucker, there it is. Pad.poi, we had poi1, poi2.1. Boom. All right, save. I'm almost 100% sure it's going to work now. Check for tags, says Lori. Exactly. We done did it. First one done. Collect. Scooping and scoring. So first interesting points done. There's one triggered. Let's go get this squirrel actually. Where? 3, 4, 5. I feel like we may not have enough squirrels on the map now for some reason. Unless is there one in here that we missed? Maybe we didn't get this guy. We got 2 of the points of interest triggered. Third point of interest should be here. It should be completed now. 5 more interesting points. 3 of 3. Let's go. Then we'll get this guy. And okay, we got enough. And don't get beasted by the dragon. Almost had a defeat. 5 of 5. Let's go. We completed all of the quests on the map. They all work. Hell yeah. All right. That's great. So now we figured out a couple different ways to do point of interest quests. I honestly, the best and simplest is gonna have to go to this third one that we just set up. So third time's the charm, using a death counter and tags to decipher which things are dying per area, and having each point of interest be gated by an area that they have to pass into. I love it. So that is awesome. We figured that out. Let me take a breath here. 7:51. We got about an hour left. Does anyone have any questions? This chair could be a little more comfortable. Not gonna lie, but it gets the job done. So let me actually take a drink of water here. I feel like I've been going a mile a minute. Everyone following what's going on in here? We're figuring out how to do points of interest quests, point of interest quests. What is Sandbox? Good question. Sandbox, the metaverse platform with UGC tools that allow any player to develop games and experiences using no code at a quite advanced level. That's what the Sandbox is. All right. Let's save this one more time, and then let's move over to the old RPG and maybe set up a, let's see what, I forget what quest we were working on. But now that we got this figured out, we're going to incorporate a point of interest quest over there. Too bad we can't just copy and paste that. Wouldn't that be nice? There will be a way to do that eventually. Be really nice, because presets aren't going to travel from map to map. You'd have to make a new preset each time, I think. Global presets would be dope. We're gonna go to the main menu. I'm getting uncomfortable. I also wish I had a standing desk here. Standing desks are my jam. We're gonna change perspectives. Move up this way just a little bit. Boom. A little bit. Looks good. All right. Let's get into this RPG. For those of you that don't know, we're building on, we're just kind of expanding as we go on this world, but it's going to be basically a world that you load into, and immediately you realize you have no money, or you spent your last money on the train to this area, and you're sitting on this stool or this bench, and you see a pamphlet next to you that says zoo needs animals or something like that, and they're paying for them. So then you run over to the zoo, and the zookeeper sends you on a mission to get some supplies to collect, get some supplies to prepare for your first mission, which will be catching your first voxelmon, and or vox for short. And that's kind of where we're at. I'm pretty sure, I think that's as far as we got. Let's see, let's give it an old run through and see how this works. Boom. We load in. Train rumbles by. Find the zookeeper. So we see our quest up there. We go and we find the zookeeper. We say, hey, what up, zookeeper? He said, hey, kid, did you see our flyer we've got all around town? I did. When can I start? First, you are going to need some materials. Okay, what do I need? You need to get these 3 materials. I'm on it. We're keeping the messages super simple right now. We'll change them in the future. Find the 3 things, and then look at that. We turn around and the 3 things have little quest markers. So we figured out how to make that happen, and then we can run on over here, collect our quests. Got that. We got so we got a bunch of rope, fruit basket. If we run back here, we got a box. Perfect. And then that triggers the first encounter, which we didn't make any progress on that. I think we're actually gonna have that trigger go back and talk to the what's his nuts? The zookeeper. So we're gonna send us back to talk to the zookeeper. And then when you talk to the zookeeper, he's gonna send you on a mission to go to three different areas, and the 3 different areas will be so he'll send us up into the mountains. And the first stop into the mountains could very well be the volcano. So he'll send us to the volcano. He'll send us to the city in the clouds, which is gonna be over here. And then he'll also send us inside the cave. And to go inside the cave, we'll probably use that door that's underwater. So we'll use fall damage. We'll use this door, which we learned how to do, and we'll enter the door, and that'll bring us inside the cave. And then inside the cave, we'll trigger. Maybe we'll have some area raised up a little bit that we'll run up to, and that'll trigger the 3rd quest, and then we'll be done with that. Let's see. Yuma. Floor gang. Don't use chair, either sitting on floor or standing. I have 2 keyboard and mouses, one for the floor, one for standing. Was a pain to keep picking up keyboard and mouse from standing desk to floor. I like the idea of being on the floor. How do you floor gang? Never thought to just sit on the floor. It's probably good for you, as far as like posture goes, maybe. And why do you choose to do that? But I like the idea of either floor or standing. But whenever you go to the floor, where does the screen go? Bert's back. Long phone call, but back now. Just scrolling through missed chat at the moment. Noise. Thanks for coming back. We if you missed it, I don't know if you caught it. We just got done figuring out how to do another point of interest quest. So I'm gonna set that up here in a second. First, we need to, and I'll show you what we learned how to do. So even if you did miss it, you're gonna catch it again. All right. That's what I like about this 2-hour segment, is that we can learn something and then we can go apply it in the game. And I feel like that's a good way to show how to figure out how to do something that you want to do inside of a game, and then go and implement it in an actual game. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. So, and like always, if you have questions along the way, please stop me, ask me to go deeper into anything if I'm breezing over something. Sometimes I don't realize what you do and don't know. So no question is a dumb question. Ryko Up in the chat with a bloop. Making waves. How you doing, homie? So first we need to, let's go into the objectives. The first encounter is actually not going to be our next quest. Our next quest is going to be return to the zookeeper. Oh yeah, that's gonna be description. Return to the zookeeper. And it's gonna be back to the zoo. This unlock is gonna be what it was set up to be. Start first encounter. Not entirely true, but that's all right. First encounter, it's all set up, so we're not going to change anything. All right, so back to the zoo is going to start. And the quest is going to be oh, the quest is actually going to no, it could be wait for message, complete first encounter, quest completion. Let's this. We're going to send stock up back to the zoo. Let's just start fresh. Let's just do it all over again. Confirm, add quest, back to zoo, return to talk to the zookeeper. Go back and talk to the zookeeper. Right, back to the zoo is going to be our next quest, and that's going to be auto unlocked and auto launched. New. We are going to send something to it. We're going to send a message to it to unlock it, and that message is going to be start dot back to zoo dot quest. That starts whenever stock up completes. So whenever stock up completes, it's going to send start dot back to zoo quest. And then when start back to zoo quest, whenever that starts, it's going to launch auto, and it's going to be a quest type of wait for message. And that message is going to be complete dot back to zoo dot quest. Auto completion, send message, whatever. It's gonna, we'll just change it to nothing for right now. All right, so that's how we complete it. And then we're gonna make, whenever we go back, talk to this bozo again. Getting complicateder and complicateder, guys. What do we got going on in the chat? Bert and Ryko. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. We got to go back and talk to the zookeeper. That's our next quest. How are we going to separate the two? We almost have to kill this guy and spawn him in again. Right now it's set up that we're going to get here. We're going to interact with him. And they only interact once. Maybe we can set it for that. Only once triggered. All right, so we're going to set it for only once triggered. And then the problem is nope. It won't work. What's up, Ryko? How much sand you giving away tonight? No sand to give away tonight, unfortunately. I am, speaking of giving away sand though, on my Monday streams, Monday, same start time as today, Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 1 a.m. UTC. We're going to be doing, it's going to be 2 to 3 hour streams. So quite a decent chunk of time. But at the end of those streams, I'm going to be doing three Lucky Miner sessions like Bruno does on the Pickaxe Master. And it's sponsored by the Pickaxe Master. So if you guys want to tune in on Mondays to my Metaverse Monday show, that's where I'm going to be highlighting games inside of the Sandbox. So if anyone has a game that they want highlighted, drop that either in my Discord or message me on Twitter or tag me in a tweet on Twitter and I'll add it to my list. But Mondays, I'm going to be diving into all of y'all's games and playing them. And then at the end of the stream on Mondays, the stream is basically sponsored by the Pickaxe Master, and we're going to be doing Lucky Miner sessions at the end of each of those streams. So every Monday, tune in and have a chance to win some sand. Don't know. Oh, that was because you asked how much sand I was giving away. So yeah, but what we're trying to solve right now, I am. Thanks, Bert. It is a good collab. I thought so as well. And if you guys missed it, it'll be coming out sometime next week. But I have a Metaverse Spotlight with the Pickaxe Master that we recorded yesterday live on Twitch, on my personal Twitch. If you're a subscriber on Twitch, you can go watch that replay. Otherwise, you have to wait till next week for it to be published to YouTube. Or if you have one of my NFTs, my founder keys, you can access that through the Discord. Replays are in the private chat for you guys as well. And if you're a Twitch subscriber, you also get access to that private chat. Let's figure out, though, how to have another conversation with the zookeeper. I feel like we're going to have to like spawn him again. I'm just not totally sure about it, to be honest. I feel like For now, though, we are going to want to parent these guys together. Where are these guys? There they are. Chronicler. These going into Chronicler. And boom. Actually, yeah. Probably go like that. I really don't know, actually. So we're just going to put them both in there. Those are all tied together. So then maybe on the completion this is going to be clear. First mission or quest 1. Quest 1 NPC. Oops. See? All right, so I think what we'll end up doing then maybe is whenever the quest gets done, whenever stock up gets done, whenever stock up's completed, it's going to send a message, start B to Z quest. Start B to Z quest. So whenever that gets sent, we're also going to want this bad boy to die. B quest. And I'm stumped because it would need to have, I guess we could use this is what we could do. We could use where did our logic go? Logic, asset, custom videos. What is this? I haven't seen this yet. It's exciting to see. What's this all about? Custom video streaming. Video to play? How do you pick? So it doesn't seem like we can, but maybe edit logic. Video to play. No, I still can't add our own videos. Hopefully one day they have like where you can integrate with YouTube. I can play my videos of all my episodes in the Sandbox. Possibly like Steve Aoki TSB, where he has a video board playing as you play the game on a big screen. Yeah, that's the idea of what this is. It's just not to a point where you can add your own stuff yet, I don't think. But we're getting there. That's cool to see. I don't know if I just have never noticed that or what. But we're actually going to add this bad boy in here as well. This guy gonna be why that one seems so much closer than the other one, but is going to be a void. In the void destroy area, believe, let's see if this is possible. I'm pretty sure you can set it so it only destroys things with certain tags. So we'll, but is this only destroying blocks? Might have blocks destruction, asset destruction, asset destruction, destroy all except from list, only destroy from list. Those are two destroy areas. Activation mode on receive message. The message is going to be complete B to Z quest. No. Complete. What was it? Start. I'm going to have to go back and look. We're going to leave it at trigger. So quest. Whenever stock up completes, going to send start. Start. That's what we need. Start B to Z quest. That makes more sense. Start B to Z quest. So we're starting our B to Z quest. And we are going to extend this to 2. I don't know why there's 2 destroy areas on this, but I don't know. I don't like that it's here though. On receive message, none. We're just going to leave it at that. Hopefully that works. 2, 2, 2, just to make sure that it's covering all those assets. And it's going to, now it's good. Now it went away. On receive message, message required is going to be start. What's going on here? Destroy all. Don't destroy blocks. Asset destruction. Only destroy from the list. And the list is going to be, well, it's not adding a tag. It's actually putting them on a list. Interesting. NPC. Say what? Okay, maybe this isn't going to work. Think. What is this guy's name? Quest 1 NPC. Can I put that on the list? If I can put that on the list, then maybe it'll work. If I can't, Quest 1. Oh, that's not going to work. Shite. Yeah, but Steve gets special treatment there, Bert. I don't think they're gonna just add my videos into their database that they can use. But hopefully they get to a point where they allow you to just link YouTube videos. But yeah, I think I did see that too. setting sound effects. I don't have I can't hear the sounds whenever I stream, whenever I'm streaming for the Sandbox, I'm using a completely different program than when I usually stream. And when I usually stream, I don't have it so that I can hear sound effects that actually wouldn't work. Like you guys can't trigger stuff, but um, but that is funny. I'll try and I always try and take peeks up there as much as I can. Up whisper. But this is not gonna work after all. So that's at least it's not seeming like it's gonna work. So let's think of another way we could. Um, I really like this idea though. If only it could destroy anything in range with a tag. That's how I thought it was gonna work. But I was wrong. I only partially remembered how it worked. Let's see. Let's think. Let's think. Think out loud and think in the chat if you got any ideas. Let's. So void is just not going to cooperate. It's so close. We can't pick like specific assets. It's just an actual asset. Dun, 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 dun. What else could we do? We could. Because this guy already has the asker behavior. All right, I don't know how to do this, so we're gonna go a different route, and we'll circle back to that whenever I figure out the answer to that. That's gonna bother me. I'll be thinking about that for a while, but we'll figure it out. I think I'm going to change it up and just go ahead and we'll say that this most recent quest that we're starting is gonna still start when stock up, but instead of being back to the zoo, we're just gonna start the point of interest quest. Observe box. Observe some box. Go find the 3 hotspots for voxelmon. And take notes. So it's gonna unlock, and then it's gonna complete whenever we get. Okay, so now we can get into. All right, we're just gonna not complicate that. We're just gonna get into what we just learned today about an hour and a half ago. Is we're gonna start a quest, and this quest is an auto launch, and the quest type is gonna be a counter, and we're gonna be counting deaths, and the death tag, the tag for the things that are dying is going to be B2. Oh, yeah. Now all these things are going to be off, and it's going to bother my brain. So let's go ahead and start. Observe quest. That works. And stock up is going to send start observe quest. And then the counter deaths, the tag is going to be observe. And the amount is going to be 3 auto completion, and send nothing. All right. So now we have our quest set up. Now let's just set this up here. Oh, god damn it. Your logic back. drug it off and it deleted itself. Get a logic out here and also get a numpad. So this is what we learned earlier on stream, and we're gonna go over it again. We're gonna go props. We're gonna go. What just happened? We're gonna go numpad. Drag that bad boy out there. We're gonna get the numpad out there next to it. Boom. All right. So we got these two bad boys ready to go. This guy is going to be a speaker, and it's going to be a speaker, a single player speaker. Single player speaker. We're going to get rid of the text to display. We're actually going to edit the logic so it opens up everything. I wish it would just open up everything. I don't know. I don't think it needs to be hidden like this, but whatever. Text to display, delete. Doesn't need to have a display duration. Always on top doesn't matter. Look at target doesn't matter. Detect entity is what we're going to do. So it's going to speak once the entity gets into range. The detection type is avatars in range. And it's going to be a sphere. That's fine. We're going to shrink it down a little bit. Probably go down to, I don't know. We'll duplicate it at 5, and then we can make it bigger or smaller depending on which one we're doing. The message to send is going to be kill numpad observe quest. I think that's getting long, but it's going to be kill pad observe that's tied to the observe quest. I think that's good. Kill pad observe. And the broadcast type, this is what we figured out earlier, is Yuma is lurking a bit, actually working on game. Hardest part right now is getting the language right for the instructions. LOL. Ever use ChatGPT? It could definitely help you with that. What kind of language are you trying to figure out? So what we learned earlier today is that what we have to do to make this work so it doesn't kill them all at the same time is to change the broadcast type to specific tags in range. And then we will shrink this range down to, like, that's fine. 4 is plenty. It just needs to be having this numpad in range. And the broadcast tag is going to be observe dot 1. Okay. So now if it has observe.1 as the tag, it'll die whenever it receives the kill message. And the kill message is going to be, click over here. First, let's give it that tag, observe.1, and hit enter. And then we're going to not have it be a button. We're going to have it be a plant. Plants can die. And then the message to destroy it is going to be kill, add, observe. Boom. Now, what we're going to do is first, let's parent these two. Go ahead and open this up, find them, and drag the numpad into the logic asset. Now it's parented. Now we can click on one of them and duplicate, and we're going to get everything duplicated. We're going to move that over here. We're going to duplicate again. We're going to move that over here. And we're going to close this so we can see better. Then we got one. We're going to go in here and we got to change a couple of things. We got to change the logic to be the broadcast tag is going to be for observe 2. Oh, this would work without having to do the ones and twos actually. Now that I think about it, it could just be broadcast tags of observe and then make sure that observe. Why don't we do it that way? All right, backtrack. Whoa. Delete, delete. All right, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. I think this will actually work. Let's see if this works. I hope it does. Kill pad, observe. Tag is gonna just be observe. So what we're changing is the broadcast tag is not going to be observe 1. It's just going to be observe, but in a small area. So this 4 range. So as long as they're not this within 4 blocks of each other, will be good, which they won't be. So we'll be good. And that should work. And we'll also say that it happens only once. Oh, that's good. And its broadcast tag is 1, and it's sending kill pad observe. And it's receiving kill pad observe to die with the observe tag. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and duplicate. Boom. Duplicate. Boom. These should actually just be all ready to deploy. No adjusting needed. So now let's drag these 3 into place and see if it works. So first of which needs to go way back here. I forgot to, which is fine, we can fix it later, but I forgot to make the numpad invisible. Oh, you know where this actually needs to go? It needs to go way down. We're not going in this. We are going downtown. So we're going to need to go way up here. Drag it way down here. So boom, bringing it down, bringing it over. Function down or window down. There we go. Alt shift down snaps it. Alt shift, if you click alt shift, that'll snap it to the ground. So this is where one of the observations will happen. We'll build it out more, but this is where it's going to be. Why don't we just build it out a little bit? We're going to say there's going to be a little bit of a run up here. That'll be good. So then we will go ahead and move this bad boy up there. Obviously, we'll have to add some things to guide the player, but we're just getting the quests to where they're working first. So that should work. Having it placed here. This is kind of going to be like the observation point. And just to double check to be sure that that's going to be covering the area like we want, we'll do edit logic. Then that yellow bubble is the bubble that we're looking at. And that's perfect. That's covering exactly where we need it to cover. And now we can zoom back out. Come up here and place the other two. So this one we were going to say is going to go into the lava area. Where is it? Sometimes it's so hard to tell if it's where it needs to be or not. There we go. And we'll say this is going to be the area. Let's double check to make sure it's, yeah, as long as we get down in that area, we'll be good. And then the last area that we'll do is going to be the Cloud City. So drag it up here. Probably should have tested without placing, but I'm pretty confident this is going to work. Let's hope it does. And we're going to just do it down in the base here of everything. So bring it over. Alt shift down, snaps it on down. Whoops. Alt shift down. And check and make sure again that the area is covered. Yeah, I'll say that's big enough. So now, let's test her out. You guys think it's set up correctly? This point of interest quests. We're gonna run through them all the quests. Let's see if they all work together. Control S to save. This was, all right, just in case you ever come across this, I'll talk about this real quick. So whenever you upgrade to a new version, you'll get this message the first time you go to save an experience in a new version. So the new version that we're using now is 0.9.11. And this is going to be the screen you'll see the first time you save an experience. Basically, it's just saying you're upgrading it to 0.911 stuff. And once you save, you cannot go back. So perfectly fine. We're going to save her up and we're going to let her rip. In the words of Bert Z. See what happens. So a new beginning, the first quest, we haven't set up too deeply, but basically it ends up having us go find the zookeeper. We go find the zookeeper. We talk to the zookeeper. Little chat. He says, first we're going to need some materials. We say, okay, what do we need? He says, go get these three. We say, all right. Then we see him pop up. We go and collect all three of them, a bunch of rope, a fruit basket, and a box. Boom. Then that completes that quest, and the new quest starts, which is observe some Vox. Go find the 3 hotspots for Voxelmon and take notes. So we don't know it yet. We don't have markers, but because we set this up, we know where to go. So we're going to go in here. We're going to run up this little area and be like, oh, this seems like a good area. And it counts as one of the areas. Perfect. Then we're going to run on over. And we're going to go check out the volcano. Volcano seems like a good place for Voxelmon to live. And we jump on down here. Boom. Now we got two of the three checked off. Awesome. Now we're gonna climb our way out. Remember we made this little escape route for us just in case we get stuck. I think messed it up though. Could have made it a little bit easier by not making it drop off there. There we go. Now we're out. And we'll jump up on here because we know that the last one is in the Sky City. Run on over. Climb on up. Dive on in. Boom! Completed. Our point of interest quest works perfectly as we set it up. Let's go. And that's all thanks to what we learned earlier on stream. About 2 hours ago now. And now we got it implemented in the game. So I think that this is a really cool format, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. Where, especially on these longer ones, when I have 2 hours with y'all, where we can dive into a concept and then also go and implement that concept into a game that we are building together, which right now is this game. Boink. Almost dead, but not quite. So, hell yeah, we did it. So, next time we're going to need to figure out Whiskeyverse with the gold star. We get a gold star. Woohoo. Um, Next time we're going to have to figure out how to add more a way to come back and talk to this guy or something along those lines, because we do need to make this so it's a one and done, or at least it turns off at some point. So you can't come back and then still talk to him and get these same messages. So we'll have to figure that out next time, because we're kind of running up on the end of our time together tonight. I do have some news that I'm working through how exactly we're gonna do things. But for those of you that know, I stream over on my personal stream channel as well, crafter_eth, and I've been trying for a while to figure out the best way to handle points. And this is my reasoning of why I was trying to go another route, and not just use channel points. One, because I don't completely like that it's just all tied right into to Twitch, and I can't really do anything about it. I can't add things to the channel points or anything like that. So I was trying to figure out other ways to do like points for viewers, and we were doing XP for a while where you're filling out a form, and that's super tough for me to keep track of. And then I found Stream Elements, which was allowing me to track that in a leaderboard, and also reward and give people the XP that they had earned from previous times viewing before we had Stream Elements lined up. So that seemed like a good solution, but then Stream Elements was sucking hard. So we ended up having to stop that, because I can't put up with it not working most of the time and then every once in a while working. So now I think we're gonna just transition to just strictly using just the viewer channel points over on my Twitch. So I'm not gonna be dropping a form today because we don't have a giveaway. If we had a giveaway going on, I would drop a form obviously. But when we don't have a giveaway, there's no way, unfortunately, because I'm now using channel points on the Twitch instead of the Stream Elements, I'm not going to be able to give you guys points to bring over there for watching me over here. So that's a bummer. But whenever I do find a better solution that allows me to reward you for showing up other places other than just on the Twitch, my one Twitch spot as exclusively, I'm going to switch to that. But until then, I'm just going to keep all of your points that you've stockpiled, and I'll figure out how to get them all into a good system eventually. But for right now, the best way to continue to earn points is just to show up whenever I'm streaming over on my personal Twitch. But also, obviously, show up here, hang out, learn how to do game maker stuff and all that fun stuff. But just wanted to clear that up, because I know some of y'all probably were about to be wondering where the form was. So we're going away from a system that I can actually reward you with that. So won't be doing that right now. But we will be doing giveaways over on my personal channel on Mondays, with the Pickaxe Master sponsoring those giveaways. So make sure you tune in on Mondays at the same time. And ooh, those are cool hearts you got there, Hodl. Feels nice when things are functioning. Thank you for the stream. Hell yeah, Yuma. Thank you, Sam Fam, for being so rad. Sam Fam, you are rad. Give away a weekend with Mr. and Mrs. Crafter. you want a weekend with Mr. and Mrs. Crafter, eh? Come to Wisconsin. We'll show you a good time. You win. Fly on over. Kinky, says Huddle. All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hardy, hardy, you know it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you on one of my future streams. There won't be a GM Metaverse tomorrow. I'm actually doing stuff with my wife tomorrow, so won't be able to get to GM Metaverse, which is my daily show. And I don't think I got anything scheduled over the weekend, so probably we'll see y'all next week on either the GM Metaverse show at 1 p.m. Central Time on my Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, or at Metaverse Monday stream where I'm going to be playing Sandbox games. So if you have any games that you want me to be playing, tag me in posts on Twitter or get in my Discord and drop them in there. And make sure you tune into that because the Pickaxe Master is now sponsoring that stream. And we will be doing sand giveaways at the end using the Lucky Miner session strategy that Pickaxe Master does on their own stream. So that is all I got for y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, we can raid Devil Dog for sure. Works for me. And everyone, have a great weekend. You have a great weekend too, Bert. Thank you. And keep safe, LFG. Thank you, guys. Where's my OBS? Catch y'all later. Peace.
Well, I got something to say right now, and I don't care who hears. I wanna live my life to the fullest, yeah, move past all my fears. Here we come, here we are, now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can, so clap your hands with me. Sometimes you'll feel like you're all alone and there's nobody else around, but we're all here grooving next to you, so see all the friends you found. Ooh, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we come, here we are. Now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can. Clap your hands with me. Oh yeah. Come on everyone, I want to hear everybody clap your hands. All together now. Come on, I know you can do it. Say you will. Say you can. So clap, 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 clap your hands with me. You gotta feel the beat deep, deep down in your bones and let your body move. Don't let anybody say you cannot, cause you know that you can groove. Shake that body left, ooh, shake that body right. Feel the beat down in your heart and let your spirit shine. All right, come on everyone. This is your last chance. So I want to hear everybody singing and wave your hands with me. Come on. Here we come, here we are. Now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you You're my currency, baby, my cryptocurrency. Are you feeling me? You're my currency. So come cash in with me. Oh yeah. Take the time to move with the music. You truly have to groove to the music. Don't hold back, slide up close to me, baby, and I'll show you how to groove through this meta world. Oh, baby. I'll take you places you've never seen. Just promise you stay with me. We'll have fun, guaranteed. Let's get down and be free. Ride with me, vibe with me.
Hear this motherfucking
I'll take you where you
lost
wanna
cage.
be.
I was playing in the beginning, the football changed. I've been sitting up and spit out on the stage, but I kept rhyming, stepped right in the next keeper. Best believe somebody's paying the piper. On the page inside the amplified, fit it up, keep up with my 9 to 5, and I aim to fight the right people. Life of my family, cause man, you goddamn it stands for white diapers. And it's no secret, it's no Mackay Piper. This is my life, and these times are so hard, and it's getting even harder. Trying to feed the water, my seed plus. See the thought of product between being a father and a prima donna. Baby mama's promise dreaming on too much for me to wanna stand with. But another damn, I never got to the point I'm like a snail. God's a formula, it's
truly have to
up in jail. Shut up, stand like my own motherfucking
Slide up close to me, baby, and I'll show you how to groove through this meta world. You're my currency, oh baby, my cryptocurrency. Are you feeling me? You're my currency. So come cash in with me. Yeah, you're my currency, oh baby, my cryptocurrency. Are you feeling me? You're my currency. So come cash in with me,
Oh, sing it with me. Wow, you make my heart sing. You make forever. Wow, one thing I think you move. But I wanna know for sure. Come in, I suck it to me one time. You move me. Look out. Wow, baby. You make my heart